1. A hard truth about aging. As we grow older, many of us begin to realize a painful truth. Relying on others, even family, is no longer as certain as it once was. Our children become busy with their own lives. Siblings face their own health issues. Friends may move away, become ill, or pass on. Relationships that once offered emotional and practical support gradually grow distant or disappear entirely. This can leave us feeling empty, disconnected, and uncertain. However, what matters most isn't who remains beside us, but how we prepare ourselves mentally and practically. After the age of 70, you can still build a strong, peaceful, and independent life. When you take the initiative to strengthen your inner foundation physically, emotionally, and financially, you become unshakable. No matter what changes around you, self-reliance becomes the most dependable support in your aging journey. 2. Real support doesn't come from family. Many people assume that family will be their strongest support in old age. But the truth is, lasting and reliable support often doesn't come from relatives. While love exists, busy schedules, personal responsibilities, and generational gaps often prevent loved ones from being there as consistently as before. What many overlook is the presence of 5 quiet yet powerful sources of support. These forces aren't loud or flashy, but they are the foundation for daily independence, peace, and confidence. They don't make you feel like a burden or tie you to others' expectations. Instead, they nourish your inner strength so you can remain steady, even when life shifts. Recognizing and nurturing these 5 pillars will help you live proactively, free from dependency, and cultivate a dignified, self-sufficient, and peaceful life from within. 5 pillars of reliable support. After 70, 1. Physical mobility, the foundation of freedom and dignity. After 70, mobility is more than the ability to walk. It symbolizes freedom, dignity, and self-reliance. When you can get out of bed, prepare a meal, or take a morning walk without help, you are holding on to control of your life. You don't need intense workouts or a gym membership. Simple routines like walking 15 minutes daily, morning stretches, or using light resistance bands help maintain strength and balance. What matters most is consistency. The more you move, the more your body fights to keep moving. Mr. Michael, 75, is a living example. Though he uses a cane, he walks every morning, rain or shine. Each step affirms, I live independently. I'm not waiting on anyone. Consistent movement is a quiet key to self-confidence and lasting autonomy. 2. Financial simplicity, the key to lightness and control. After 70, financial peace doesn't come from how much money you have, but from knowing what you need, spending wisely, and living within your means. When your expenses are clear and manageable, fear and uncertainty fade. Complex finances, multiple accounts, credit cards, and unnecessary subscriptions can create silent stress. Mrs. Anna, 71, simplified her life after her husband passed away. She downsized her home, cut down on bills, kept only 1 credit card, and started a small Freedom Fund savings jar to remind herself that she's in control. When your finances are simple, you rely less on others and regain control over your daily life. Financial clarity is a crucial base for calm, independence, and ease in aging. 3. Consistent health habits. Power through stability. Good health at 70+ doesn't depend on trends or expensive supplements. It relies on small, consistent habits practiced every day. When you build a simple, steady routine like stretching, walking, drinking water, taking medication, you create mental and physical stability. A healthy routine reduces decision fatigue, increases confidence, and decreases dependence. Mr. David, 78, begins each morning with green tea, chair stretches, timely medication, and a walk, rain or shine. For him, it's not just exercise, it's a message to himself, I still matter. Daily health rituals anchor you when motivation is low or life feels heavy. They form a personal roadmap that keeps you moving forward, even when everything around you shifts. 4. Emotional resilience, the inner stronghold. Old age often brings grief, loneliness, and change. Emotional resilience, the ability to feel deeply without being overwhelmed, is what allows you to navigate these seasons with grace. It's not about suppressing sadness, but allowing emotions to pass through without taking root. Mrs. Lynn, 76, lights a candle each night not for religion, but to remind herself she's still here, still living with meaning. This ritual honors her grief without letting it consume her. Emotional strength is the quiet force that steadies you through loss and disappointment. It keeps you free from being controlled by outside events. With a resilient spirit, you remain grounded in peace. 5. Personal values. The inner compass for aging with grace. When life roles fade and others pull away, your personal values become your compass and your armor. These principles don't require approval, they simply need to be lived. They define who you are when no one's watching. Mr. Swan, 79, lives by 5 simple rules. Tell the truth, don't waste food, return what's borrowed, forgive quickly, and sleep with a clear conscience. These values give him quiet confidence and inner calm. When you live by your own values, you stop chasing validation and gain peace from within. Personal principles help you make decisions with ease and avoid regret. They form the inner stability that keeps you steady when life throws its inevitable surprises. Final reflection. Your most loyal companion is you. As we grow older, many of us come to realize a quiet, undeniable truth. The most loyal and consistent companion we have in old age is not our children, friends, or even our spouse. It's ourselves. The relationships around us, no matter how close they once were, may shift, become distant, or even fade away over time due to circumstances, health issues, or life changes. In contrast, what we build within ourselves, our health, mindset, values, and emotional strength remains and grows stronger if we nurture it. This truth can feel unsettling at first, but when embraced, it becomes deeply liberating. If the only person guaranteed to be by your side every single day is you, then cultivating a kind, resilient, and trusting relationship with yourself becomes one of the most important missions of later life. In aging, what helps you move through quiet mornings and long evenings is not the occasional visit or message, it's the habits you formed, the small joys you create, and the curiosity you maintain about life. A hot cup of tea, an old favorite song playing in a quiet room, or simply smiling at your own reflection in the mirror, these seemingly small things become the foundation of your peace. You don't need someone beside you to feel whole. You just need to be firmly rooted in yourself. When you've learned to stand on your own without falling, when you can be alone without feeling lonely, when you can talk to yourself with kindness and honesty, you discover a kind of strength no one can take away from you. Self-trust, confidence, and inner peace, these 3 are like invisible armor that protect you through the changes of aging. People who age well are not necessarily the healthiest or the most socially connected. They are often those who have built quiet inner stability. They don't rely on external approval because they've already accepted and honored who they are. Being your own best companion doesn't mean isolating yourself. On the contrary, it's the most profound freedom because you no longer depend on others' presence, moods, or actions to feel fulfilled. You know how to fill the silence with reflection, how to care for yourself with love, how to do things that matter to you, and how to live by your own values. This journey can begin very small, just 5 minutes of quiet breathing, a short journal entry, or a gentle walk around the block. Over time, those little acts of care become a strong foundation, a sanctuary you've built inside yourself. And one day, you may look back on your life and smile softly, knowing you never abandoned yourself. You'll be able to say, "I stood by me. I kept going. I was the companion I needed." That's a kind of success no one can take away from you. Not age, not illness, not the absence of others. When you've built a foundation within, everything else becomes optional, not essential. Old age isn't an ending, it's a reconnection, a return to self. It's a chance to slow down and finally listen, to know yourself more deeply than ever before. And when you are at peace with yourself, each day becomes whole, not perfect, but complete. A gentle invitation. Start small, begin now. As we arrive at the end of this reflection, I invite you to pause, not to look outward, but inward. gently ask yourself two simple yet profound questions. Which of the 5 life pillars have I already built for myself? Which one feels like it's asking to be nurtured? Starting today. There's no need to rush to fix or complete everything at once. No one builds a strong, lasting life overnight. What truly matters isn't the speed of your progress, but the honesty of your intention. Every meaningful transformation begins with something very quiet, a subtle moment inside your heart, when you say to yourself, "I'm ready to begin." It doesn't have to be dramatic. In fact, the most powerful changes are usually the smallest ones, repeated gently over time. You don't need to reimagine your entire life or become a different person. All you need to do is care for yourself just a little more than you did yesterday. Drink a full glass of water first thing in the morning, not because it's a rule, but because your body deserves it. Step outside for 5 minutes and feel the sunlight on your skin or the breeze on your face, not because it fixes everything, but because it reminds you that you are alive and life is still happening. Sit in silence for a moment and speak kindly to yourself, not because you've done everything right, but because you are worthy of compassion. These are not small things. These are the bricks of a stronger foundation. These are the gestures that slowly rebuild trust with yourself. And that trust, once strong, becomes your anchor when the world shifts again, as it inevitably will. Perhaps today you decide to review your finances, not with fear, but with clarity and simplicity. Or maybe you choose to move your body, not to meet a number, but to feel steady and strong in your own skin. You might start reflecting on your personal values, writing them down, living by them, and feel a quiet pride return. Or maybe you do something as subtle as lighting a candle, breathing slowly, or turning off the noise for just a few minutes. Whatever your beginning looks like, start right where you are. Start from the version of you that's here today, not the younger you, not the ideal you, just the one reading these words right now. That version is enough. And here's the beautiful truth. Once you take even one small step, things begin to shift. Maybe not overnight, maybe not in ways others notice, but inside you'll feel it, a sense of groundedness. A little more steadiness in the face of change. A little more belief that you are capable of living well and aging with strength, dignity, and peace. So consider this, your gentle invitation not to strive, not to rush, but to begin. Begin with one thought, one breath, one step. Because when you do, you set in motion a quiet transformation that can reshape the rest of your life. You don't have to wait. You already have everything you need to begin.